Hi. Thanks for coming, everyone. Holy shit. All right. Well, I got back from the Midwest maybe 2, 3 weeks ago. I was shooting, it was a rap party, and I got one of these again, which is, hey, where are you from? Loaded question. How do we respond, right? So, I've been from Bergen County, New Jersey, longer than I've been from Taiwan. So my natural response is, hey, I'm from Bergen. Oh, where are you really from? I said Taiwan. You gotta let them have it, okay? Sometimes it's just a lot easier to say these things, right? She's like, oh my God, you're from Taiwan? I love Thai food. This happened 3 weeks ago in Columbus, Ohio. For some people, that might be traumatic. For other people, it's funny, right? Any Taiwanese people here? Okay, do you guys do the same exact thing? When someone's like, where are you from, right? And you gauge them. If you say China, immediately it's just gonna be the done conversation. But when you say Taiwan, you have to be like, are they smart enough to understand this, to comprehend this, right? And then you get you've gotten the Thailand thing, right? Yeah, you're from Jersey. Yeah. She's giving me a ride home later. So anyway, at what point do we change the things, at what point do we accept the things that we cannot change? And at what point do we change the things that we cannot accept? Casual racism, blatant racism, overt racism. How do you fight these things? Now, that's me. Who is going to win the World Series? Anyone, shout it out. No one's a Yankees fan. I'm very upset. Yeah, I'm very upset. Yeah, anyway. You and me. So, I've always been very deceptively athletic. I'm quite good at baseball. But I also look like I roll around the stadium. Right? I was born into this body, right? I can't help who I am. But I can help how I react to it, right? So I grew up in Bergen County, New Jersey, which is one of the whitest counties in America, right? I'm so white, I'm starting to date Asian girls. So, big up my parents. They brought us here from Taiwan. I got picked on a lot. But in some weird way, I always allowed my amplitude to do the speaking, right? There was always some undercutting remark, but at the same time, I can clear the bases, right? I also have developed this aptitude of speaking English because I was raised amongst round eyes. I have to learn how to speak English goodly. Now, this is a little bit of body of my work. I'll touch on why these images are so important later. Top left corner is with the not yet Academy Award winning Barry Jenkins for a short film I did called Tall Enough, which is very special to me because it was the first paid gig I ever had. Over there, that's HBO's High Maintenance, also very special. And over there, that's the Emmy Award-winning series, Master of None. All these kind of put me on the map, made my radar a little bit larger, made my signature a little bit larger, and I'm going to be always eternally grateful because, well, not only are they putting food on my table, but it casts a message that these are all human stories. This is a love story. That's a love story. And the other one's a love story. And I'd like to tell you all that when the lights are off, there's no race. Just like playing baseball. When you crush it out of the park, there's no fucking race. So, we're dealing with a lot of trauma right now, and I understand that. We are imprisoned with the myth that is not of our own design? What is a souvenir of a myth that is not our own design? A narrative that is not of our own design. It's called trauma. Now, trauma is when an experience is so contradicting to your sense of continuity that your internal narrative is effectively destroyed since you can't absorb experiences in the same way. We know there's a lot of trauma to go through. And thank you very much for the speakers delving into the trauma. This could be a condition of how I was raised. It could be a condition. It's a multifactorial condition, but I've always been a beneficiary of outrageously low expectations. Especially as an Asian guy, your expectations are quite low. And maybe my self-esteem is so low that it has to be high. Because I have nothing to lose now. Everything, yeah. Go ahead, think about that for a second. What's misconstrued as this overwhelming sense of confidence is, yeah, what do I have to lose? So, these are not stories we created. It's pretty evident we didn't create these. They're disparaging. They're rude. They make us look incompetent, which I'm not going to, dispute. Maybe some of us are rude, incompetent, and disparaging, but that's only half the story. A part of the story. A bit of the spectrum. My job, our jobs, is to fulfill the rest of that spectrum. Like I said, beneficiary of outrageously low expectations. These are stories created by us and other peoples of color. Now, there's a lot of reasons why these people get to now tell the stories, right? Over there, shout it out. Right-hand side, what film is that? Anyone? What? Anyone? Your left. Your left. It's Black Panther. Okay, story written by Ryan Coogler. Over there in the middle, everyone knows that. Crazy Rich Asians, also wrote by Mr. Kwan. And over there, it's Mr. Robot, which is written by Sam Esmail. Now, that's not a black film. It is a film about family that it's wrapped into a superhero narrative. That's not an Asian film. It's a film about family. It's a film about love. And over there, Mr. Robot, that's not an Arab story. It's a story about a hacker that's dealing with the mechanisms of power inequities. Now, I'm asking a lot of you a lot of things. But the idea was that the goal for us was never about perfection. I know we have tiger moms, tiger dads. We're going through a lot of trauma, and that's fine. But on the other side of that, perfection, we're a little past that. I need to ask you guys to be present. I'm here today because someone took a chance on me. Other persons of color, Barry Jenkins, Aziz Ansari, and Sam Esmail. I am always going to be eternally grateful to them. But at the same time, we also need to buy our narratives. In closing, I saw a lot of these videos online, especially Penelope's. And the most important thing I gathered from it is that fuck these myths. After we crush these myths, we need to build a narrative. And we were too goddamn smart not to figure our way out of this. And if you'd like to know what happened in the Midwest, yeah. Like dating in New York, you're either going to be right or you're going to get laid. And when the lights are off, there's no race, especially with movies and films. And with her, I gave her something of value. which is something she needs and wants. And when she comes over to New York in about a week or two, reach out, and I'll tell you how she felt about it. Thank you very much.